Good morning! Happy Saturday morning to you guys. Well, the Skyliner was running. Now it's just stopped. But it's still a really pretty view. Good morning! I'm going to give everybody a quick second to join in. I started just a couple minutes early so that we could go over everything, how this is going to go, and then we will start right at 8 o'clock. So good morning. I hope you are having a fabulous day already. This is a 45-minute motivational POV walk here at Walt Disney World. As you can see, I am right at the gates of Hollywood Studios. We're gonna go into the Boardwalk area, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous area. All around there, I've got some great fun facts about the Boardwalk area. Boardwalk, yacht and beach, that sort of thing. But it is wonderful to see all you guys. So here is the reminder. So we've got 2 minutes. I'll quick say a hello. Good morning. So if you are walking along with me, there's a couple of, I guess you could say, rules. This is a 45-minute, I mean maybe a few minutes because I get talking and and I don't want to stop. So we will spend some time walking around the Boardwalk area. So during that time, you have a couple of options. If you would like to use this as a POV to use on your treadmill, on your spin bike, any of that, and you don't want to hear my talking, go ahead. You can pop in your earbuds, pop this up on whatever device, and just watch along. This will be the only time that you see my familiar face on the screen, because it is meant to be a point of view that you can use to train on. So it'll really just be a walk, run, or jog around that area. So that's put in your earbuds. You can listen to your own music, or we'll be chit-chatting. We'll be spending the first half of the time talking about the yacht and beach and Boardwalk area, and then the other half of the time talking about some motivational topics as it relates to running, as it relates to life, just something that can give you a little bit of pick-me-up. So you've got all of those options. That's the great thing. That is the great thing, is there's plenty of options, and you can use this however you wish. So let me turn this around here. Oh, that sun is bright. It's wonderful to have on your face like that, but so we have got, it is 8 o'clock. First things first, please go ahead and set your watch if you are going out along with me. And right here at 8 o'clock, it is going to start right now. And we're gonna head down to the Boardwalk area. So welcome in, guys. I'm just gonna kind of get ahead of this group of people here. So it has been a bit of a time. Thank you to all of you guys for joining. I really, really love the motivational walks that we do in the mornings. It is great to be out with you guys, and I really loved meeting so many of you out at Run Disney at Wine and Dine weekend. I will be out at Marathon weekend as well. That is going to be the beginning of January. So if you are doing some training, I have another POV that is going to come out next week. I'll be live next Saturday morning as well, and I'll see if I can sprinkle some in over the coming month for training. So since we are out here, again, thank you to all of you guys who are watching live. Thank you to many of you like to watch on the replay as you schedule it around your workouts throughout the week. So thank you no matter how you're watching. So I decided to start over at the Skyliner and head into the Boardwalk area. I parked over at Hollywood Studios this morning. Popped in. It was easy. So I thought I'd start with that Skyliner view, because if you come really early in the morning, it's really, really pretty. See the sunrise over that Skyliner. Speaking of the time, like the time in the morning, I don't know about you guys. Yes, the time change occurred last weekend, and congratulations to everybody who was out at Wine and Dine weekend for Run Disney, and the people who ran virtually. There are a lot of people who run Disney virtually. So if you participated, congratulations. If you are still training, congratulations there too, because you are putting in the time and the work. There's a lot of people. But I was saying the time change. I have literally been wrecked. I never enjoy the time change. You would think it's not a big deal, and some people it doesn't really matter. They're fine. It's like throwing me off. It gets dark too early. Now waking up, it's sunny when it was dark. So it's been interesting this week for me from that perspective. And even my pups, my dogs, they're confused. And Harper, it's like, 5:30, 5 o'clock. And Harper's like, it's dark out. It's dark out. Why is it dark, Mama? She's so confused because she kind of gets it now. She just turned 3. But, oh, funny. Very funny. Oh, I love the friendship boat. Is kind of in the corner over there. That's one of the perks of staying at the Swan and Dolphin, the Yacht and Beach Club, the Boardwalk. They have those wonderful friendship boats that can take you to Epcot or Hollywood Studios. To be honest, it can be a lot faster if you walk, depending on which resort you're at or where you're going. So everybody loves, oh, we'll just take the boat. Well, it's great if you don't want to walk, can't walk that far, that sort of thing. However, if you just take this little path, you're right here at the back side of the boardwalk. So it's a lot easier sometimes than waiting in line. Now, it's not as fun. It's always a lot of fun getting on the friendship boat, but then you have to make multiple stops as you go along. Go along, make multiple stops, and then that adds to your time. Versus, if you're in this building back over here, what did that take me on my watch? Like, it's just hit 5 minutes. But if you took the boat, you take the boat down this canal into Crescent Lake, get off. You don't go to Boardwalk first. And then once you get off, then you walk to your room in this back building. You've pretty much just taken like 45 minutes. Thank you again, you guys. I see the chat a little bit. So I try to pop in on the chat and watch it and respond as we can, but try to talk through a lot of it. So then that way, versus doing a lot of shout outs. So on the replay, it's not so much like, what is she talking about? What is she saying? But good morning. I love the boardwalk as well. Fun fact. Fun fact. Now, I'm not his personal assistant, friends. Don't hold me to this. But it has been known many times, repeatedly, that when Josh D'Amaro visits Walt Disney World, same thing with Bob Iger, executives here at here over the Disney Company and Disney Parks, chairman, CEO, you know, important people. Those two gentlemen enjoy running, especially Josh D'Amaro. So if he is here visiting, it is pretty well known. I don't know, I'm pretty sure he's at the yacht club. I don't know which he stays at, but I do know that he stays and he runs this same course that we're gonna walk today whenever he's in town. So very early in the morning. I think a lot of the sightings have been late evening or very early morning, you know, well before his meetings or well after, you know, late. He's been spotted running this course, this walk that we're going to do today. Now, obviously he's out running. Today, I try to keep this, if you are new to these live POVs, I try to keep it at a 16-minute per mile pace. So right now, I'm at 15:35. I'm walking pretty fast. I want to kind of give it a general opportunity for anybody who's walking along to keep it around that same requirement that RunDisney has for their half marathons, for their 10Ks, which is a 16-minute per mile pace. So you can see I'm walking, I'm talking, and that pace may be easier or harder for somebody, depending on where you are. But that's what I'm walking at. That's what, if you have wondered. So yeah, my pace is about, there, you can see, 15:35. So I try to keep it about that. So we will come around here. I'll do the full loop. I'm going to talk about the yacht and the beach club. There's been a lot of changes. We'll probably see a lot of people running. We already saw quite a few just on that path. Because if you go around this circle and down to Hollywood Studios and back, you can make this pretty easily. Like without a ton of thought, about a 3-mile loop to come down and around, back down to Hollywood Studios, that sort of thing. Yeah, I'm going to talk about the Yacht and Beach Club. I'm going to talk about the Boardwalk. Lots of people Well, some of it boils down to your budget. If you have a value budget, if you really need a good space here at Walt Disney World to make sure you get in your training or to take a walk, it can be for a lot of reasons. Not everybody who's out taking a walk or a jog is training for a race. It's a lot of people who maybe are doing it for health reasons. It's just part of their routine. From a value perspective, there's a lot of space down at the All-Star Resorts. And the All-Star Resorts are fantastic. They are value. You can get some good deals down there, around $100. I wanted to get down there on my last one, which is in the summer, so you can check that out and see. Just, we ended up spending way too much time. That if you're looking for a POV that was elongated for some extra time, go check out the one that has the All-Star Resorts thumbnail. I think it ended to be like an hour 20 because we were having such a good time checking out all the resorts, and we made that one a little bit longer. So for a moderate resort, Port Orleans is probably my favorite. For a moderate resort, I think Adam probably would choose Caribbean Beach. Both have some pretty lovely running, walking spaces. But these are deluxe resorts. These are the highest tier of Disney resorts. And the price reflects that. We'll leave it at that. Okay, I will entertain you guys. I know it. We all want to talk about the cake bake shop. I think I have an unpopular opinion, although it may be popular. I'm sorry. I probably will not review it. I'll think about it. I'm still thinking about it real hard. But $25 for a piece of cake when I know that there are places on property that just knock it out of the park for like $13 or $14. It's just, I'm having a hard time swallowing it, which is funny because, you know, the amount you spend on other things like an event ticket, that, you know, a breakfast sandwich for like $30 here. I don't know, that's tough. It's real tough. So I'm really struggling to bring myself to spend. Now, mind you, if you go in there, that's $30 for a slice of cake. So we'll say I think it's $26 for a slice of cake. And then I'm sure you'll want water. They're not going to give you water for free. You're going to have to, I think it's like $8, as I read. I mean, the menu's posted. And I get it. It's supposed to be a high-end specialty restaurant. Now, my thought is, I think this would be better served, cake served. That's funny, I didn't mean that on purpose. Over at Grand Floridian. Now there is it's not a massive space, but they have some locations that I think would have worked at the Grand Floridian. And I think that would have just been a home run. I think putting it here did not go with the theme. I think it was not the best decision. But that's just me. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm thinking about it. And while I'm out here, doing a training, run, walk, healthy video. Isn't that ironic? We're talking about cake bake. I'd have to run a lot for that. So yeah, you got to look at, you're going to spend $26 plus tax. They're going to want a tip. You know, it's a restaurant. They're going to want a tip. So you're looking at, no matter what you do, because everybody tips around here. Like everybody. Starbucks wants tips. So you're looking at a $30 cake slice. You know, something to think about. I'll think about it. I'll add it to the list. But we are heading here into Yacht and Beach. Speaking of, they have a tried and true establishment. Here. I just want to get out of this crowd. Boop. The Beaches and Cream. Now I got to get out my notes because I'm good, but I'm not that good. Now, so the Boardwalk was actually not the first resort in this Crescent Lake area, because they call it the Boardwalk area, but it actually is not the first of what was here. So, little history lesson. We're about 17 minutes in. We'll talk about the next 10 minutes about this history and what all these resorts have to offer. But the Boardwalk opened July of 1996. It's been around a long time, a lot to celebrate. It's gorgeous, it's beautiful. However, before that was the Yacht and Beach Club that we see here. The Yacht and Beach Club both opened in 1990. So 1990, November, we'll say the older sister, brother, whatever you want to call it, the older sister was the Yacht Club. It opened on November the 5th. Now, it didn't take long, don't worry. The Beach Club opened into existence only a few days later on November the 19th of 1990. And they have a lot of offerings here. We just passed it. The highlight of this resort is the Stormalong Bay, Shipwreck Bay pool. It's not the only pool at these resorts. This is two resorts that make up one. Now, normally I would come down around here. There's a lot of people waiting for boats. I should have started like 7:30, but that's okay. We'll go down by the lighthouse next time. But the Yacht and Beach Club have a probably, I would say, the guest favorite pool in all of Walt Disney World. This is the pool that most people talk about and love the most. However, there is an issue. If you are wanting to stay here next year, I think you should call and check on that, because it does go down for refurbishment. The Stormalong Bay and Shipwreck Bay pool is, I regret, going to be under refurbishment and unavailable from, get this, friends, January of 2025 to June of 2025. Now, like everything that's well used, you need to keep it maintained. It is what it is, unfortunately. So you have to. So it's shut down for half. Don't say most, because it's only January to June. But still, the most famous pool, I would say, of Walt Disney World will be unavailable. But they have other pools. I know when they do refurbishment, they give you a lot of options. Last time, if I remember correctly, the Boardwalk was kind enough to share. But there are additional pools. The tidal pool, for example, over here at Yacht and Beach Club. So there are other pools, there are other options, and they do a lot to help you enjoy the property still. Now, over at Yacht and Beach is a huge convention space. It is very, very large. They hold a lot of business conventions. Now, it is not the size of like Orlando or Las Vegas, but just like the Swan and Dolphin, they too have a very large convention space. So it's not uncommon to see a lot of business and convention guests wearing lanyards, people in business attire, walking around this area during the weekdays. And it's not uncommon either if you see areas either at Swan and Dolphin or at Yacht and Beach Club of the Boardwalk section to be blocked off because they use it for a special event. So just some thought. Here, we'll do a second loop down here. Mainly because I walked it really fast. And that's good, because then I'm coming back into the Boardwalk and we can talk about the Boardwalk. But over at the Yacht and Beach, they have about 630 rooms, and the Beach Club has 583. However, additionally, there's a lot of DVC villas. So if you are a DVC member, they have some excellent options at these resorts for you to enjoy. And some of them have gone under renovation. Boardwalk here just did a renovation last year. So a lot of it is looking really, really nice. In the mornings, it's super peaceful and calm here on the Boardwalk. And that's why I think you get so many people running, walking early in the morning. People going over to Epcot too. So we are here, right above us is the Boardwalk. And another reason why at Run Disney, if you have friends or family that want to cheer for you, I don't recommend the Boardwalk. A lot of people will tell you, yes, go to the Boardwalk. It's great. They can, but the energy is a little bit less than other locations because you can't be loud, you can't clap and cheer because of the rooms. So they have cast members out here asking people to please not do that. You can have a sign, but they don't want you making a big thing as a courtesy to all the people in these waterfront rooms. So there's a lot of places that you can enjoy. And if you just want to simply meet your friends and family member, you're not necessarily here to hoot and holler and go crazy, and it's very subdued. There's no music, so it's just something to think about. So over here at the Boardwalk, we talked about the Yacht and Beach Club opened in 1990. Now the Boardwalk opened in 1996. Themed after East Coast beach towns like Coney Island, New Jersey, Jersey Shore, that sort of thing. And seen a lot of changes over the years, like the cake bake shop that we just talked about. There's people waiting. There's people here hoping to get inside. But the Boardwalk also has, they're about split. The Boardwalk Resort is split about half and half. They have around 900 rooms total. About half are villas for DVC, and the other half are just general hotel room rentals. And they have a really fun pool. And if you have been, I have a story about that. If you have been to the Boardwalk years ago, oh, they're setting up for a wedding. They're setting up for a wedding here. See, the cast members here are just making sure, oh, I'm in the way. Oh, that's so pretty. We won't gawk. There's nobody out there right now. Looks like maybe parents are over there getting ready. But morning wedding right there. Oh man. Oh, I was talking about the Boardwalk Resort. So if you had been here, we'll say 10 years ago. I don't remember the exact date. But again, it had like a Coney Island theme. So in keeping with that, they had, I'm sorry, I'm laughing internally myself at the thought of this because I have a slightly funny story and I'm just thinking about the memory. But they had a pool that had a big clown face and a circus theme. Makes sense. It fits in. However, it was the one pool. My kids just, they would look at that big clown and that big clown head and the slide, and they were just kind of like, this is not my favorite, Mom. And they'd be like, can we go to the other pool? And they never explicitly said that it kind of wigged them out. They enjoyed it. We had stayed at the Boardwalk when they were younger. Obviously, Harper will never know the enjoyment of the big clown head that was at the Boardwalk pool. But, and I don't know if Josh and Aaron remember. I'll have to ask them. So there's this big clown head. Good. And they'd be like, I'd say, well, where do you want to have a little staycation? Because when they were younger, sometimes we couldn't really go on big vacations. So, Mom worked at Disney, so a lot of times, I would either get a good deal as a Florida resident, and we just maybe do a night or two, or she'd come with us, and it would be me and her and the two older kids, and we'd spend like a weekend together. And, you know, 2 double beds and a sofa sleeper always was just fine for us. And so I'd ask, hey, where do you want to go? It was never, the Boardwalk was a one and done. They were like, nope. That clown head, I don't think so. So they always requested Animal Kingdom Lodge. They liked that. They liked the Wilderness Lodge. They liked Porter and Leans. And we tried to pick places that had fun pools. So it had nothing to do with value resorts necessarily. And Art of Animation had just opened or wasn't opened yet. So that wasn't really an option. When they first opened, it just was too hard to get into when they were younger. So we never went to Art of Animation with the older kids. I have been with Harper, but but yeah. So that's my fun thought on the Boardwalk pool. There are some fun pools here. And the Boardwalk Resort, not over here at the Yacht and Beach, but they have nightly entertainment. And if you are not staying at this location, maybe you just want something to do in the evening, plenty of people automatically think, well, I guess I'll have to go to Disney Springs. You absolutely could book a dining reservation at one of these locations and have your dinner here and then enjoy all the entertainment that they have in the evenings. That's pretty fun. But so yeah, there's a wealth, an absolute wealth of history, of little details. This right here, this section that you're looking at, just past the dock for the friendship boats, is where they commonly close off for large catered events. It's not uncommon in the evening, if they have a convention, to book this space. I'll show you here. There's a second walkway right here, and they make you go over there like the general guests, and then they block off this whole section here in front of the marina building, and they fill it with catering and tables. Fun surprise. It's the one location that I really like. If I come out here and see that there's an event, I get really excited, because often they usually, if they've done it, they usually have included to have Mickey come out. And I get real excited if I see an event and I'm like, oh, I wonder if Mickey's coming to this event, and I can just get you can't get his picture, but just to see Mickey out on the boardwalk is kind of exciting. Oh my gosh. So we have about 10 minutes left. By the time I get back over to the Skyliner, about 15. Thank you so much for joining once again. This is a 45-minute POV, treadmill, run, walk, jog, enjoy your coffee. I'm about to get into some motivational topics, that maybe you might enjoy for your personal life, for your training, if you are training for Run Disney, if you're just trying to get healthy, if you're just trying to, take every day to be a little bit better. Any of the above. So a lot of you were asking about the storm cameras. I will tell you, Adam and I, we are hands down, other than the contemporary theme park view room, these rooms on this corner, hands down, my favorite room in all of Walt Disney World property. That's where we stayed. Well, and that's where the camera was, I should say. And they overlook Spaceship Earth. You can see it with your clear eye, and it is stunning. It is stunning. We ended up adding some extra time, an extra night on, because we enjoyed it so much, and we just loved it. So if you're looking for a location that just has unbeatable views, there's patios, or you can get the room without the balcony, and it was phenomenal. That's the dolphin. Oh look, speaking of, that sail's pretty damaged. It's looking kind of sad. Okay, so we are here at the Boardwalk. Let's head back to Hollywood Studios. Good morning. So, speaking of the last month or so, I'll talk about some things in my life. I'll talk about maybe how that translates to you. But this is kind of your moment of motivation. Just letting you know that you have it, no matter if you're out here just kind of listening and walking along with me, just enjoying the view. However, today is going to be a great day. And if it isn't, guess what? There is always tomorrow. So I had a lot of thoughts. About what to say, because it's been a bit of time since my last motivational walk. And what I thought about the most is, life has been tough. We've had a lot of messages of, please bring back the motivational walks. And believe me, nobody wanted it more than me. I love going out. But, just like in your life, there has been some real adversity in my life in the last 2 months. And I think all I'll say about that is there were some situations that might have been some of the worst in my life. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But the last 2 months have been really, really hard. Now, with that, that's all I'm going to say to it. No more. Don't ask a question because I'm not going to answer it. But the point being is that you are not defined by what happened yesterday. And I've had a lot of time to really reflect on a lot of things and say that you are absolutely not defined by yesterday. So if you are having a bad day, like you're out for a run, you're out for a workout, maybe you're like me, and maybe you just tripped over your own feet and you sprained your ankle and you're like, oh my gosh, that was so dumb. Why did I do that? Now I can't walk. It can be any amount of things. But you are absolutely bigger and better and more than whatever happened yesterday. And I think that's important to remember, because so often you just come to this place where you're like, this isn't going right, or man, I messed up. We all know I love to go and I rewatch, Adam does too, a lot of our streams to see how we can do better. And there's times when I'm working out and I'm running and I'm like, if I would have just pushed a little bit more, I would have made that time. I would have gotten to as far as I wanted to go. Because sometimes it's not about, hey, I didn't go the distance that I wanted to, because maybe you had to get back home because you had an obligation. It's not, you don't have unlimited time to go out and do your workout or to train. And maybe you said, look, I got 45 minutes, this is the way it's going to be. And then I have to get going because I have this, and this. But I didn't go as far, and I didn't do as much, and I didn't get this done. And, I want to be able to say that you are absolutely phenomenal. And anything that you are doing is greater than the thoughts that you have. You know, it's really, I think, important to focus on all of the things that you've done right. So when you're out there training and you're getting ready, for me, the full marathon in January, well, that should be quite entertaining. I'll tell you that. I certainly have not put in the long logged miles that I have in years past. But I'm going to go out there. I'm going to get it done. But, so, you know, when you're training, and if you had a training that you think, I wish I would have done better, I wish I would have done that differently, take a step back and look at the amazing things that you have done overall. You know, I think this is a great time. You guys, it's November. Lots of people are doing thankful type stuff. And we're getting towards the end of the year. And why I like November is because it gives me an opportunity to look at what has happened in the last 10, 11 months. And you have 1 month. And don't discount that 1 month and say, well, I'm going to start on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. Well, I've gone this whole route. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to start New Year's Day. You need to start today. Today is the day where you can step back and say, you know what? I'm going to start. I'm going to go a little bit farther, maybe just a little bit faster. I'm going to try to do this hobby that I've always wanted to, this dream that I've always had, and taking the opportunity to take that and start today, because today is just as good as New Year's Day. You know, I think is really, really important, and really recognizing that you have a lot to celebrate. A lot in your life since last New Year's Day has been amazing. There's a lot of things. Even if there's been a lot of disappointments, I am accomplished that. And my 5K might have been slow, but I got it done when I didn't think that I could. Or it's not where I want it to be. But if it's really, really something that you want, you still have time before you hit that New Year's Day and everybody decides that they're going to have some sort of goal. And so I kind of really, really love this November time frame where you can set things aside and focus, like kind of refocus yourself. The holidays are also awful because I feel like every food temptation that you could ever want is in front of you, and it's all unbelievably delicious. Oh, we were at the grocery store last night because Adam and I just picked up some real quick dinner, and they had all these amazing holiday treats and holiday foods, and I would like this and this and this and this. It is hard to eat, one, in moderation, two, when there's so many, you know, somewhat healthy, when there's so many delicious treats. I will tell you, that is the toughest part. But no matter what your goals are, I think this is an excellent time to say, you know what? I don't need to start whatever I'm hoping for on New Year's Day. To really think about all the things that you've done in the year, to celebrate all of that, and realize that you have achieved so much and done so awesome. and then take that and create your goals. You know, I'm a big believer in goals, like habits, and know that you need to, you know, you need to create those and you have something to work towards, which I think is really, really important. So we are heading towards our end stop here. It has been 46 minutes of boardwalk enjoyment. A little bit of motivation for your day. I'm gonna I'm gonna go down towards the bus stop for a minute, where we got a little bit of space. So now's a great time. Start your cool down. Just kind of enjoy the atmosphere. I hope that your training is going well. If you are training for Run Disney, if you're just following along virtually and having a great morning, that is wonderful too. Hopefully this brought a little bit of positivity to your day. Now, since I'm wrapping up here, because I'm almost at 3 miles. 2.98. So, excuse me while I just finish that out. And yes, before I started to kind of slow down here in the bus area, I was at 16 minute. My pace was 16 minutes and 5 seconds. So I kept you guys pretty on pace the whole way. Yeah. Good morning. So we have quite a few live streams coming up. I'm going to start working on getting those together. I'm planning to do a Patreon thank you stream, a channel member thank you stream at Epcot on Wednesday. I'm planning to do a Animal Kingdom Dino Land, a Fossil Fun Games challenge, because we must win the specialty Fossil Fun Games plushie dinos. I'm going to be really, really sad if I miss out on that. Oh, we'll have to turn around because these buses are unloading lots of people. We have Sunday night live from the Magic Kingdom. And next Saturday, if you enjoyed this stream, we have a whole playlist of all of the prior motivational walks. You can also check us out next Saturday. We'll have another motivational walk planned. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to go over to Port Orleans. It's so pretty over there. I love it. And if you're looking for even more content, we have a playlist of just POV videos for your treadmill that are set to music. You can check those out. I was out live streaming the Run Disney 5K, which was super fun. It was Muppets themed. So there's a great playlist all through the whole course. I really struggled whether I wanted to talk or not talk during it because there was such fun music for that whole 5K. So now that we are wrapping up, thank you so much to you guys for watching. Adam and I will be live throughout this week. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you get noticed when that happens. And I think I have some videos that we need to edit too. So there's a lot coming. There is, our schedule even though this week and next week is a little bit light, there are so much on our schedule from the end of November all the way to the beginning of January. It's absolutely wild. So please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, the thumbs up button. Here, it's like, I'm gonna stop my watch. There you go, I'm well over 3 miles now. But good morning, guys. I hope you had a great walk along with me. And it's not a goodbye, but it's absolutely a see you real soon. Bye-bye.